Well, hi, it's Grant here, and I'm filming this video with my camera sitting on a tripod. And I imagine that if one of those tripod legs fell over, then this whole video would fall over, and your life might be a bit like a tripod with a wonky leg. Well, hi, it's Grant here, and welcome back to Daily Breakthrough. And in today's episode, I'm discussing something that I've been wanting to discuss with you for quite some time now. And it's taken me a little bit of time to think about how to talk about this and how to discuss it. So I'm going to tell you a little story. In the early days, as you know, way back in my 20s, was a ladies' hairdresser. And back in those days, there was a lot of stuff that I didn't get. You see, I was really good at selling, and I probably should have gone straight ahead and become a salesperson. But I found the whole challenge of putting in perm rods into ladies' hair. I found that quite difficult, very challenging. And there was Brooke, who I worked with, and hi Brooke if you're watching, who was great at putting perm rods in, and Sarah, who was just terrific at it. And I felt like a complete and utter failure. So I told myself, I don't do that. I don't perm. I cut hair, I color hair, I blow wave, I do all the hero jobs, but perming, that's a schmuck's job. And I became very unfit in that area. Then there's been other times in my life where I've been unfit as well. Physically, I like to keep myself in shape. Mentally, well, I like to break a mental sweat as well. I say, quoting a very funny movie. And if you know that movie, put it in the comments below. It's Dodgeball. But I do like to break a mental sweat. So physically I was strong, and physically and mentally I've always been strong as well. But spiritually, I was a bit of a wimp. And if we have a look at our lives and we have a look at how we are successful in business, well, I'm going to talk to you today about how to balance those three legs of the tripod. And don't worry, this video is not going to get preachy. Physically, we maintain a great strength if we're in business. It makes sense to be physically fit if you're in business because it is demanding. You need to make sure that you fuel your body correctly and stay strong, stay healthy. And for me, I'm just looking around, just behind the camera here is my mountain bike. And I also enjoy running. And I this morning, even for breakfast, I had an incredibly healthy smoothie with all of the right greens and so on in it. Super greens are great. And for years, I've been maintaining my physical health. I'm 44 years old. I weigh the same now as I did around the time I got married, which was 20 years or so ago, 19 actually, just gone. Sorry, Gaynor, I didn't forget our wedding anniversary, which was in May. But staying physically fit is important. Now, mentally, anyone who's in business will tell you that staying mentally fit is incredibly important. Reading books and so on is incredibly important. Staying up to date with the latest and greatest. And even the reason you're watching this YouTube video today is because you like to keep mentally sharp and you like to find out what's really going on in business. But I'm going to tell you right now, spiritual fitness is the biggest secret to my business success that there ever has been. Now, for those of you that have been following my blogs and my Facebook and my Instagram and any other social media, you will all know that I maintain a strong Christian faith. Don't worry, I'm not going to try and convert you in today's video, but if you want to have a chat about that later, just see me. I'm not kidding. But guys, spirituality is a big part of your life, and it should be a big part of your business. Think about your life in three circles. On the outside is the physical. That's what people see. That's the vehicle you use to maintain the daily grind. And it's very important, and it's the outside stuff. Then you've got the next layer in. Let's talk about that as your soul. That's your mind, your will, and your emotions. And that's incredibly important. And I'm the first to admit that even on an emotional sense, it's important for a high-level business owner to seek mentoring or some kind of help that will help you to unpack your thoughts and unpack your brain. For me, I see a psychologist once a quarter. I have a mentor that I speak with every week. I have a coach that I speak with all the time. And of course, my pastor who I meet with every fortnight. So there's a whole team of people that help to keep my mind and my will and my emotions sharp and healthy. A whole team of people, not just me. Because you see, if it all relies on you and you go down for the count, then who knows what's going to happen to your clients and your finances and so on. And then on the deepest, inside, most innermost part of you is your spirit. And that's that little secret spark that you have. And you might be physically incredibly strong, and even your mind and your will and your emotions might be incredibly strong. But there's a fair chance most of these people that are watching this video, and maybe even you, perhaps you're a spiritual wimp. And when the fit hits the shan, you need to be spiritually strong. And I'm going to tell you right now, in 2010, I did not have any spiritual strength at all. At the end of 2010, I was at my absolute weakest in business and my absolute weakest spiritually and my absolute weakest in my life. I'd had 3 failed attempts at business and I was about to give up. And when I say about to give up, I mean about to give up. And I was about to give up in the most horrendous of ways. I didn't like my life. I didn't like where it was going. And I didn't like what I saw ahead of me. In fact, it felt like an incredibly helpless situation. Now, as I say this, I'm putting the number for Beyond Blue on the bottom of the screen here so that you can call Beyond Blue if you need help, because that is something that I did as well. But let me tell you, that helps with the middle part. That helps with the mind, the will, and the emotions. And in that time where I was at my lowest, and yes, I did call Beyond Blue, and yes, they were incredibly helpful, but I also did something that I'll never regret, and it was the thing that has set the course for the rest of my life. And that is that I turned my attention to God, and I invited God to come into my life and into my business. And that was something that worked incredibly well for me as a person and as a human being. Now, I speak with some of the most successful business owners in the world, not on a daily basis, but certainly on a monthly or semi-monthly basis. And every single person who is successful in business understands their relationship with a power that is higher than them. Now, I spoke about my Christian faith, but what is yours? And I wonder if that isn't the part of your life that's missing for you to be incredibly balanced. To not just stand on 2 legs, but to stand on a 3rd. Just like that tripod that's keeping my camera upright right now. To maintain an incredibly balanced life, spirit, soul, and body, rather than just focusing on being physically fit and mentally strong, make sure that you do some spiritual push-ups as well. If you're a spiritual wimp and perhaps you'd like to explore something deeper, let me encourage you today to go ahead and start asking questions. There's some great courses out there. I've put one link in the link below for a course that I've done and that my wife and I now teach at our house on a Tuesday night. It's called Alpha. It's really great. And I wanted to share this with you today as a part of Daily Breakthrough, because it's something, as I said, I've been wanting to share with you for a while. You've probably already known, you've probably already seen, but it's about time I let you know as well. So if you've enjoyed today's video, or if you have comments, thoughts, or opinions, please put them below and we can have a respectful conversation about anything that you would like. Any comments that are slanderous or bigoted or hate speech or anything like that, I will be deleting absolutely immediately. I'm not in this to have a debate about the things that politicians want to debate. I'm simply letting you know as a business owner that there may be an area of your life today that needs attention, rebalance, and refocus. I'm Grant. This is today's Daily Breakthrough. I really do hope that you join me tomorrow, and all the best.